Thought I pressed it.
Mm.
Okay, there we go. Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, along with my brother, Sean Ali. And we're coming on for another episode of the Health and Wellness Power Hour. The Health and Wellness Power Hour. So as you come in, go ahead and share the video for us. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, and our topic today is how to think your way into healing. How to think your way into healing. Assalamu alaikum, brother Sean.
Mm. Walaikum assalam, God.
How are you?
All is well, all is well, no complaints, man.
Yes, sir.
You
And
know,
Ramadan Mubarak for everybody that's participating.
and Ramadan Kareem, yeah, the
Yes,
fasting, the holy month of Ramadan.
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Learn how to get control of yourself. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, break some old habits and set some new ones.
Yup,
And
yup,
goes
yup.
right in line with our topic, how to think your way in how to think your way into healing.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on that?
um yeah, and what when I think about that, I think about what's that scripture? um Dang, it just slipped my mind. Oh, as a man thinketh in
Thank you.
his
So
heart,
is he.
so is he. Yes,
Mm. Ain't that something?
yes.
The Holy Quran got something like that too, you know, whereas Allah will not change the condition of a people till they
Right.
change it
So they
first.
change
Yeah,
themselves.
you
Yes.
know.
And everything starts with a thought.
Yes, yes, yes. And we use words to make up thoughts. So
Right.
that's where the words matter come in at because
Yeah, I was
that's
just
the
about to
basis of it.
say
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes,
that's the
words
basis of it.
matter.
Right.
Definitely.
And you know, when we looking at that subject and that topic, you know, it really is really, I mean, it could go really deep, you know, and it could go
Yeah.
so many different ways.
Right.
Main, you know, because we're all individuals, we all have those individual goals. So the thinking is going to be used individually. The format of the brain, you know, if we understand that, that allows us to use the thinking to accomplish all of the things that we want to accomplish, you know, and we already do it, but
Right.
we're limited in the limitation because we only can do what we know. You know what I mean? Like that's it. I
Yeah.
can't go no further than my scope of my knowledge, right? I
Right.
can learn other things that increases you know what I mean? But I'm only limited by the scope of my knowledge. I can only do what I know. So, and that's where the thought process, we know we can only think into existence. We can think about anything because a lot of us we go through all kind of thoughts, especially with a particular topic like money, right?
Hmm.
Most of us might not need money, but you know we got bill. Everybody has bills. The
Right.
bills are coming every month, so you
Residual
might
bills. Right.
right. You might not need money, but money is a factor, at least here in America, right?
Right.
So everybody's going to be thinking about money in some way, some form, some fashion, right? You think about it, man, you might ride a past an armored car, be like, man, I can hit that joint real quick. You might not do it, but you know, we because these are the things that we're going to think about. This is the thought process. You
Right.
know, yes, we can stop and rob that bank or that armored car, whether or not we do it or not. But we can formulate almost a realistic plan once I see it. Man, I could and boom and boom, and boom, right? But we can't do that with, like I say, with healing.
Right.
Now you got to go to the doctor, right? Now you got to go and tell somebody else what you are experiencing, right? To try to get them to think on
Mm,
how to fix. See, because that's what they're doing. You're telling them, they're receiving it, and they're using the thought format, their
right.
words. They're gonna get it. So now that, but I don't have to do that with anything else in my life necessarily. I don't
Mm,
have to do that with money unless I need a ride to the fill out the application. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I might need help to fulfill the plan, but the plan itself, because we give that acceptance speech. I like to thank God. I like to thank my mom and them that was there. We see people that use their thinking to bring something into existence that
right.
only existed in their mind.
Right.
They get awards, they give speeches, and they tell you how they did it, right? So, and this is a broad spectrum of things, inventions, formula, all kind of things that we have used our thinking for, because everything we see, from the pyramids to a
Mm,
book, came from somebody's
thoughts.
brain. Right, 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 right.
We are thoughts. We got here from a thought.
Hey, I don't know if it might have been a good thought, but it's
However that occurred, there was a thought.
so that's an ability, right? We don't have to call it a power. That's an ability that we have, but the only limitation is our knowledge.
Mm,
So when it comes to health and wellness, we're not born with any knowledge. It's all either somebody voluntarily taught you or you went out and sought it out on your own, right? That's how we learn. Okay. So when we will take the time to learn about the other things that, okay, I'm gonna get a financial guru, a financial coach. We see them all over YouTube, all over social media, right?
right.
We got all kind of help that we can get that will help you to think your way into getting money, that will help you to think your way into opening up your business, that will help you to think your way into getting land, that will help you to, okay, well, what
Right.
about thinking your way into healing?
To heal.
See, let's see. How about that? Listen, because I had to set the stage to
Yeah.
show that we use our thinking for everything in life that we get, every
Right.
good or bad. Y'all heard my story on me being in prison. My thinking got me there. It wasn't
Right.
right, right. It
Yeah.
was yeah,
Absolutely.
right, right. So when we see mind over matter, all of this is falling under that concept and aspect of mind over matter. My mind over my matter, right?
Yeah.
In psychology, that's called, what's that called, sis?
What is it?
Psychosomatic,
Yeah. Psychosomatic.
right? And psych is mind, and soma is the body. And that's the connection between the mind and the body, right?
Yes.
So it's going to either be order or it's going to be disorder, right? And we know that the disorder falls under the category of a hypochondriac. That's a person that uses their words, their thoughts, to make themselves physically sick.
Wow.
Right? So, because we know it's the thought pattern. So we know that the common denominator is words. We know that there's positive, negative, good and bad words. So when you think or use a potentially negative or bad word, anger, right? Frustration, depression, all of them, hate, all of them potential, you automatically cause a disconnect between the mind and the body. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us that the brains of the original people are created to think right. See, when you think unright, when you think wrong, you automatically causes a disconnect between the mind and the body, and you automatically create a disorder in the physical body. Now you will go to the doctor because it might take 2 to 3 days. We try to treat ourselves, right? Go to the emergency room. They did all the tests, EKG, ECG, blood tests. They come back, man, everything's negative, man. Man, these people trying to kill me. I know something is wrong with me. See, I know my body. I know how I'm feeling. Y'all don't care. Y'all trying to kill. See, I knew it. But hold up. They tested you physically. Ain't nothing, all they tested.
Right.
Right? So, yes, because we have that ability with our thoughts to either create order in our body or disorder. We've been fed a diet of disorder. We've been fed a diet of sexuality, of anger, world star, right? Everybody, that was the thing. When you heard that, you knew it wasn't nothing good coming, right? Right.
Oh my goodness.
See, so we are proficient in producing thoughts that create disorder. So it might not even need that you need healing. It's just that you keep producing one of these thoughts that causes your physical body to become weak and empowered. Right? So now it's struggling.
Right.
Okay. Just like over here, if I'm happy, right? If I'm in love, right? Listen, a person in love might not want to even eat. Nose wide open. Man, I'm on cloud 9. Boy, right? Right? You all happy and giggling and feel good, right? It feel good, right?
Right. Don't even think about eating.
You ain't hurting, right? Because you had the thought process is creating order in the body. So we hear that the physical body is created to heal itself. Right? All we have to do is get out of the way. You cut yourself. You don't have to put anything, just keep the cut clean, aerate it, and make sure no dirt get inside of it, right? You break the bone. You just set it, keep the weight off of it so it can heal properly, and it heals itself. You get a cold. There is no cold. There is no cure for the cold. Only thing you can do is address the conditions that your body is going through. A fever, so you reduce it. Inflammation, so you take away the inflammation. Congestion, so you get a decongestion. That's it. You're not dealing with the act. That's the side effects, right? So when we are looking at any aspect of health, wellness, or what they consider healing, the body is designed to heal itself. So when we look, most of the things that we are going through is right here. That's why you can't find an answer from who you've been chasing, doctors and gurus and these every superfood, CMO, and you don't change. Yeah, you take something new, it's going to have an effect because you're putting something new in your body. Your body's getting used to a new action. So you're going to have a new reaction, just like when you burst in love. But that stuff wears off. Right? It wears off, right?
Yes, it does.
So,
take the
and that's where
glasses off.
But that's where something like Ramadan, where and you see a lot of things in life mimic the 30 days of Ramadan. These 30-day challenges. Do this for 30 days. Do that for 30 days. Do this for 30 days. See, they're mimicking the actions of Ramadan because Ramadan has been around before that. Before all of these 30-day fasts, Ramadan has been around, coming around, and they've seen the Muslim world practice abstaining from anything harmful or negative or that takes you away from your God. And they see at the end of the 30 days that the Muslim population gets better, gets stronger, gets healthier. Right? See, so they mimic, do this for 30 days. Okay, that's cool. But we have to want. See, because we know that the words will create order or disorder. See, if I want to be healed, healthy, and strong, if I want to be rich, what am I going to do? I'm going to read How to Think and Grow Rich. Y'all, you ever heard of that book, How to Think and Grow Rich? Oh, see?
Yes, I have that book.
Oh, come on. And it's valuable.
Yes.
It's actual factual. You can use your thinking to move your body into being rich. Come on, man. And that's a nice size book too. It ain't even okay. Right. See, we ain't even got a thick book on this. We ain't even got a thick book on this, man. We gonna wrap this up in this show.
Right.
Woo, listen. So if we want this, right? The difference between using my thinking to grow rich, even if I don't use it on purpose, if I accidentally think about sex, what's going to happen to my physical body?
Right.
It's going to become aroused. Yeah. Just going to happen, man or woman. That's a physical. You can accidentally become sexually. You can see, oh, he fine. Oh, she fine, and you aroused, right? You got a choice on whether you act on it or not. But if you think about sex, you become aroused. If I think about food, I become hungry, right? Man, what am I eat tonight? See, I'm inducing my hunger. My physical body is feeling the effect of me thinking about food. It's responding. Exactly. Right. If I think about healing, I should have the same immediate effect. The only difference is one is specific and one isn't. See, if I'm thinking about sex, that's specific because I could be unintentionally aroused, but my thought pattern is going to be specific. I got a specific person's boom, boom, boom. If I think about food, I'm going to generally, I could have got hungry, but man, I'm going to see the food, the plate, right? I'm going to be,
all the ingredients.
See? So if I got a fupa that I need to be removed, if I got a liver problem, the liver, you only need 25% of your liver for it to regenerate. You got people with all their liver walking around with liver problems. If you got something in your body, a thyroid that needs to be healthy,
right?
The only difference is you can't get specific because you don't know what none of these look like. You don't know what vertebrae comes off of your spinal column that goes to the thyroid that's connected to your brain. So you can't paralysis is when you produce a thought and that thought can't travel down and move something that you want to move. So if you want to wiggle your toes and you are paralyzed, you can't because that electrical message is blocked in your spinal column, right? So you can't move your toes. But if
Right.
you produce a thought, it travels down the spinal column, coming off of the vertebrae, going to whatever particular organ that it is attached to. And you have the ability to move it.
Right.
You
Now,
have, good.
yes, when you said when it travels down and it's blocked. Now, if there's a blockage, what would that person need to do?
See, that's the thing because you got it's your body. When you read any story, that's see, there is no. This is why some of them gurus be kind of iffy because when you see any story of somebody overcoming something, it's because the world told them you're done. Man, they told me I got 6 months to live 40 years ago. They told me I'd never walk again, and look at me. See, they told me I would never do this, and look at me. They said if you have another baby, you're gonna die, and I done had 5 babies. They said you will never see. So it in the common denominator in all those stories is not that somebody told them that they couldn't do it, is that they told their body. Because some of them will video it or archive their journey, and you'll see them moving, willing their self to walk through the pain. Right? Doing what they have to do because it's your body. When you're in that situation, see, they learn it because they have no other choice but to make it real because they're stuck. It's only you. You gotta move. If you don't move, we gotta know the pathway. The thought travel. Okay, look, a hormone. Okay, I'm glad you asked that, man. Because listen, we got two pathways. We got electrical, right, and we got chemical. The chemical is in the form of a hormone, right? The hormone, it has a start and it has a target, right? So the start for the thoughts is the hypothalamus and the pituitary that's coming from the brain. The target is, okay, if you're angry, sad, mad, and all of that, the target is the adrenal glands to produce cortisol and adrenaline, right? Serotonin is a combination between the brainstem and the liver, but they have a target to tell that body part what to do, right? So when we create a thought, we create that chemical or it's called a neurotransmitter.
Right.
See, neuro is your brain. It's the transmit. Come on, man.
See,
Listen, I'm just showing y'all this. I'm just showing y'all the language and the science. So you
Right.
got the neurotransmitter being transmitted from the brain, the hypothalamus pituitary gland, the master glands of the body, right? So now it's up to you to produce the thought. It's up to us to produce the thought. Now, the messages that are coming from the body are called effector neurons because we have the electrical, and the messages coming from the brain to the body. This is called the effector neurons. So let's say you stub your toe. That message is being transmitted. It's under the effector. It's traveling to your brain and it's having an effect on you. Ow! You feel pain. Now it's a two-way street. The electrical messages coming from the brain to the body. they have an E. These are effectors. They have an effect on our body, giving it back control. So you stub your toe, you have an effect. Ow! Now you produce the thought, man, that don't hurt. The pain goes away. Right. Controlling the body, right? So this is once we learn what we need, you know, for whether it's prostrate, whether it's anything in the reproductive, everything is connected to the brain on the spinal column. Just like you can feel it and it has an effect on you, you can send a message that has an effect on that, and you can put it right where you need it to be. Woo, man. Yeah. I'm telling y'all some stuff I practice, man. I'm not, I can be
living proof. Huh?
Right. This is why I don't need a book. I'm not reading. I'm telling you guys things that I apply from the sciences that I've learned. Right. So, and it's just actual fact. This is how the body works. You know what I mean? So this is not me making up stuff. I'm just trying to make it fun and easy or how this stuff works. Because if you read that big old book, it gets boring, man. You be like trying to skip pages. You know, it takes 10 pages to create one note of like, wow, it took 10 pages to explain that. Because they try to confuse those mixed feelings and controversy and all this, you know, bull crap that they try to add to it. But when we look at it, this is right here. And like Ramadan, your stomach, boom, right? The stomach gets empty. It's two things happening. You got an electrical input, right? And you have the hunger hormone. Mm-hmm. It's called ghrelin. Woo! See? Ghrelin. The hunger hormone. So it's being produced, and this is starting, because remember, it has a start. So it's starting from the stomach, and the target of ghrelin is your pituitary and your hypothalamus, your brain. And once it hits the brain, it has an effect, and it induces hunger. It induces hunger. It will keep ringing until you get up and go eat to turn it off. So we have an effect. The effect is coming from the hypothalamus pituitary. It's the start. The target is not necessarily the stomach, but it's the digestive, because it'll hit the fat in the lining of the intestines. And it will cause them to produce leptin, which turns off the hunger. Leptin is the satiety hormone. Listen, ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Leptin is, sis, you know about that satiety. Listen, come on, man, because I'm kind of, I want you to go ahead. Come on.
Yeah, that satiety, peppermint is the best one. It goes directly to the limbic system, which is going to the satiety center of the brain within 22 seconds of inhaling it. And it'll help to stop that ghrelin.
Yes. That effect, that inducement.
Right.
You just thought you was we would have those feelings and feel so bad about ourselves. I don't have no discipline. I don't have this. But hold up, this is a neurotransmitter that's happening inside of you. So if you don't know how to turn it off, you're going to be subject. It's going to keep going until you get up and turn it off. Right. You produce something to satisfy you. That's where the oils come in at, man.
That's right.
That's where the oils come in at. You turn that switch off. Hey, come on, show it again. Do it again. That's it. That joint, what about that joint?
That's helping me right now because it's almost a couple of more hours.
Yeah.
It's time
Now
to
what you
break
now what
fast.
you say happens?
It goes to the satiety center, to the limbic system.
Right there. And that's the olfactory nerves right there.
Right.
So once that once you inhale it, bam, the pituitary is right there, and the hypothalamus and the pituitary is right in the limbic system, right?
Right.
So the ghrelin is hitting the target for ghrelin is here to make you think that you're hungry. When you smell the oil, bam, that's bang. How long it takes it? How long it takes?
22 seconds.
You will be producing, you will satisfy yourself to produce leptin, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Powerful.
Now, I ain't saying you ain't got to smell it again. Because
Right.
if you make yourself hungry again, then you might got to, right. So it's only,
Right. Brother Kel. Okay, you there, brother?
yeah, I mean,
All right. It like popped off for a second.
oh,
Brother Kelvin says our brain is a chemical factory, and he said he's about to sniff some peppermint oil like cocaine.
that's why I had to throw that disclaimer in there. Yeah, it will work, but if you get induced again,
Yeah.
then right. Right. But that's why sis got the pocket inhaler for us.
Right.
You
Keep it on an inhaler. Just take it with you.
right. Because you can't take that sage smudge stick with you. You can't burn that. You can't burn that in most buildings inside, but you can take that inhaler. Man, see? Come on now.
Aromatherapy on the go.
On the go. And that's what we want.
That
You know? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Powerful.
Mm-hmm. And that's where, because the longer we are in that imbalance, see, and one day we'll have that in our show, talking about what a disease, sickness, and imbalance really is. Because if I'm doing something harmful to myself for a prolonged period of time, it has to have enough, that's that accumulation. So it's like what they call age-related sicknesses. That's just you've been doing it for your whole life and it's finally broke you. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where, because I've been eating this my whole life. I can't eat it no more because you wasn't supposed to eat it at first. You just you finally wore out your body. You know what I mean? So this is where we want to, that preventative is in letting my nervous system relax. Because like you said, what if there's a blockage? Usually it's because my nervous system is constantly being activated by
it's overstimulated.
Exactly. So I'm always in fight or flight because that's what happens when you get you automatically go into the fight or flight stress response, right? Even with exercise. All of these things, that's the response of it, right? That's how the body protects itself. So if we don't know how to create that balance where we are spending more time or equal amount of time in rest and digest, it's something is going to break. You're getting on my last nerve, man. God dang it.
Yes. And that's where the aromatherapy comes in. It helps to get you in that rest and digest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Rest
Calm
and
your
digest.
nervous system.
Yes. Because that's where we feel it, man. You don't feel strokes, heart attacks, cardiac arrest. Like these are nervous system issues, paralysis. These are nervous system issues, and when a person is constantly under stress, we don't feel it until it is ready. Like it's called the silent killer. You know what I mean? Like you don't think it's that. You feel it. You feel something. You think it's a cold. You think it's your allergies. You think but no, we're killing ourselves. Because if it was allergies, you could solve that. I mean, that would be solved.
Right.
Yeah, we could solve that.
Absolutely.
But that's where we wanted to have this show. Did you get the slide, sis? Did you get that one? I meant to ask you to because that one would really show, the effect that thinking has on us, so we can really see the amount of power, because we know the power we have negative. That's what Ramadan introduces, because when you are fasting from a large part of your life, right? For a certain part of time, then now your life isn't over. You just have to find other things to do. Okay, I can't eat, I can't drink, I can't have sex, I can't do this, I can't do that, but I can do this. Right.
It seems like you have so much more time on your hands when you're not drinking, taking an hour to make coffee, sip on coffee in the morning. It's like it's so much time to do something else more productive. Can't sleep all day. That's right, Brother Kelvin. Can't sleep all day. Sleep through the fast. Right.
But sometimes that's what a person needs, because they weren't sleeping before the fast. They doing everything to keep themselves up. Sometimes, right, when you just because you eating all the time, and you constantly are activating your body.
The body.
Yeah, sometimes you like, man, especially for the first couple, because
and that's why
you won't sleep through the whole Ramadan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And you feel so much more peaceful because the body is not activated, like constantly activated with something.
And you're learning how to deactivate, because like I said, Ghrelin is going to happen. I mean, if as soon as the stomach gets empty, you don't see, that's why we're talking about this, because like I said, we can go through these things and we could think I'm wrong, I'm bad, I'm weak because I can't control. But when the stomach gets empty, self-preservation is the first law of nature. So when the stomach gets empty, it causes the production and release of ghrelin to tell the brain to say, hey, sometime in the future, you're going to have to eat to keep yourself alive. We just have never been taught this science. So when we get that sensation, we go eat. I'm hungry. I'm dead. No, you're not hungry. You have your body is sending you a message to let you know that it's going with where it's at in the process of digestion.
Right.
See what I'm saying? If I'm bored, I'm not producing satiety. Eating is something to do. It produces satiety. But if I get up and I do something else that produces satiety, I turn off the hormone. You know what I mean? But if the only thing I got left to do is to eat, I'm going to eat to turn it off, because I don't want to. Who want to sit there stomach growl? You'll eat just to turn it off, just to stop your stomach. Right? I've done it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Not even hungry. That
Just
joint
putting
be
something in your mouth.
just so that stomach can stop growling.
Right, brother. Kelvin says when the mouth gets dry, you want to put something in it.
Yes, yes. Instead of now, naturally, the mouth is closed because we aren't designed to, even if you eat 3 meals a day, that's not, when you look at the 24 hours in a day, the amount of time it takes to eat is not a significant amount. So the mouth should be closed more than it's open, right? Because it's only should be open to eat and talk. But we mouth breathe. So when you exhale, water comes out of your mouth when you exhale, right?
Right.
So when you're standing in a cold environment, you'll see it because it's freezing the mist, right? So when it's hot, you can't see it. But every exhale, moisture is coming out. So when you are exhaling through your mouth, you are you you don't when you exhale through your nose, it has a chance to reclaim the moisture because it has to travel through the nasal cavities. So those nasal cavities, they have a chance to reclaim that moisture. So just almost like a humidifier, it's still, but what's coming out is just just that what needs to come out,
Come
right?
out. Right.
When you exhale through the mouth, you don't have none of that. So look at the signs of the signs of dehydration: dry mouth, cotton mouth, dry chapped lips. That's from breathing through the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
If you breathe through your nose, it's impossible to have dry mouth, dry lips, cotton mouth, because your mouth is closed.
Right.
And when it's closed, that's what a closed mouth. This is the tongue. So when it's closed, there's is that tongue is all the way up because it's making sure that it's an open airway to your lungs.
Right.
See? You'll never need to drink. You never get thirsty. You never get die. You're 75% water, and we are a closed entity. So unless I'm sweating, crying, urinating, or defecating, how am I getting dehydrated? Unless I'm breathing too much out my mouth, because I'm a closed entity.
Right.
See?
Exactly. Yeah, we have to master that, brother Kelvin.
But that's what Ramadan shows us, that you don't need 8 glasses of water a day.
Right.
Ramadan shows you, because you don't, at the end of the 30 days, you are healthier, stronger, you look better,
Look
glowing.
better, skin glowing.
Man, you done lost all of that water weight, that dead weight, that
Right.
deficit.
Yes. And when it's time to eat and drink, you don't even want to take in too
Stomach
much.
closed up because the stomach is returned to its original size.
Right.
So it has a chance after 30 days, it has a chance to shrivel. Just like if you exercise straight for 30 days, you're going to be like, oh man, woo, my muscles getting big. If you stop eating like that for 30 days, that stomach is going to
Shrinks.
shrivel right. Yeah, see? Not even hungry, man. Like you got the Lapo band, the
Right.
Lapo cells.
Eat
Yeah,
a date and a banana and you full.
man. We break it because we want to eat. I can't wait for Ramadan to be over so I can go back to eating that stuff I was eating. See, that's how we clean ourselves up,
And
and
then
then see, that's why we having this build so we can learn how to think ourselves. You learning how to control yourself. You're learning how to think to control yourself during Ramadan. Let us take that and let us carry it for until we don't want to live
right.
anymore.
Here, you
Oh
sideways,
shit.
brother
Yeah.
Sean. What happened? All right. I think Brother Sean's connection is about to go out. But we were about to wrap it up. Let me see if he's here. Let me see. Yeah, I think he's gone. But yes, think your way into healing. You know, our thoughts are powerful. Sitting sideways, yes. He started sitting sideways. Yeah, our thoughts are powerful. Everything starts in the mind. You know, how we create vision boards of what we want to see, and we can create a vision of how, you know, we want to live, and a vision for our health. If it's something that you need to heal on your body, we can do that. We can create that healing. It's just that struggle with self, that struggle with thoughts. Is a positive thought, and then a negative thought is going to come right up. So it's like that struggle for balance. That struggle for balance. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. I think Brother Sean is out. So you all can reach out to us. He has books actually on this. Now I can't think of the name of his book that's actually about using your thoughts to heal yourself. Yes, so true. So Brother Sean has books on Amazon. Just type his name in the search. I as well. I have books there. My latest book, Healing with Sister Denise, is on Amazon. Let me bring it up. And also the essential oils. You can reach out to me for that. See if I can bring up the cover to my book before we exit stage left. All right, there we go. Healing with Sister Denise. And that book is about aromatherapy, give you the basics about that, and essential oils and different recipes, blends that you can use to help bring balance to your mind, body, and spirit. All right. And with that being said, we're going to close it out. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate you, Brother Kelvin. Always glad to have you on with us. All right. And you all tune in with us. Inshallah, we'll be back on next week with another episode of the Health and Wellness Power Hour. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak. Peace.